Hey, Shalom, all praise to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua Bashem Kakadash. Real quick, we were discussing this at camp. It's a law that was passed last December. Public Law 4374. I know I did another video on it, but of course you got to keep bringing it out. In this particular law, now this summary, this don't tell you the whole facts in it. You got to go into the actual law, and you can actually see this is to amend the Federal Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act to authorize additional emergency uses for medical products to reduce deaths and severity of injuries caused by agents of war and for other purposes. Be it enacted by the Senate and House of Representatives of the United States of America and Congress Assemble. I mean, you can read through it. It's a lot of loose wording, and that's the thing with Esau. Even if you know and understand his law, it's worded so loosely and so openly that you know it can be manipulated. Depending on the person using it, it can be manipulated, you know, from one way to the next. Hey, and that's what the whole Republican Democrat thing is about. Supreme Court thing is about. You got all this division in Esau's house, you know, because his house is divided, and so, you know, you have all this serpent speak. You know, his thing is capitalism, capitalizing on your enemy. Hey, this man is a serpent. This man is a serpent, and the scriptures tell you that. This is Psalm 58:3. The wicked are estranged from the womb; they go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. That's word estranged, which is Zawar. Yeah, strange, another foreigner, an enemy, loathsome. So these people are loathsome, from the way of truth and upright, to turn aside from the way of truth and uprightness. And that's these people. You know, that's why they play this game. They play the game with the voting and shit. They try to get you to vote. You know, they're trying so hard to make their principalities, you know, and to put that stuff into the mind of the people, basically. That, you know, there are two sides. You have to choose one side, and you have to take the good with the evil. Well, hey, under the Bible, there's only one path. Okay, it tells you that, Wisdom of Solomon's 7. There'd be one path that only one man can go. You know, there is an order set up, but there's one path that you can go. You know, and you got death and destruction on the left. You got death and destruction on the right. So, you know, it's all this stuff under Esau, man. This is all under his vibration, and that's why the Israelites are so against voting. They're so against, you know, all of Esau's laws and stuff. You know, if you need to, you know, you find yourself in a situation like I'm kind of in now with certain titles and certain things, you know, under state things. You know, you have to look it up. You have to go and try to do everything according to his law. You know, 'cause you have to follow the laws of his land. But at the end of the day, you know, we don't trust in the law. We don't trust in Esau's law. Okay, let me see. This card kind of caught my eye. This section of this bill. It says military emergencies. In the case of a determination described in paragraph 1B, the Secretary shall determine within 45 calendar days of such determination whether to make a declaration under paragraph 1, and if appropriate, shall promptly make a declaration. And so it's a bunch of fucking loose work. And once again, you have people who commit their whole life to learning every single law. You know, the lawyers and shit. But then once they learn, which they don't know every single law, but once they learn the majority of the law and how the court system works and all this stuff, basically their job becomes, instead of bringing forth the law for the benefit of the people, their job becomes getting wealthy assholes off on less prison time, you know, getting them off of their charges, getting the charges reduced and things like that. And that's another way you know Esau's system is full of shit. Everything is aimed at, you know, monetary. If you have enough money, you could buy your way out of anything. You could buy your way out of anything, basically. If you're powerful enough in this society, you can buy your way out of anything. You know, versus you actually have innocent people who are doing life sentences because, you know, one key witness says that they saw the person doing something, which usually that's Jake, you know, and that key witness could be lying. So, you know, the Bible and the story of Susanna talks about that too. Yeah, because, you know, basically the priests, they were trying to lie and say she committed adultery. The scriptures talk about two witnesses, but then along with that, just like the brothers were discussing, and the brother brought out, there has to be evidence along with that too. So that's what the Bible is about, man. Bringing out the truth. That's what the law is about. Bringing out the truth, bringing that light out. Esau's law is about, you know, darkness, doing things in secret and under secret wording and all of this bullshit. You know, this. It all goes back to masonry. You know, these little secret codes and things that Esau lives by. But I'm not going to talk too long. You know, the reason I brought this particular one out, matter of fact, I'm going to read verse 4. It says, their poison is like the poison of a serpent. They are the deaf adder that stoppeth her ear. There you go. And the Lord is going to break their teeth. And he's doing it now. He's doing it. Hey, he's using us, the men of the Lord, to put the vibration out to go against his entire vibration. You know, because you got people who are starting to realize, they're starting to wake up like, man, this society is full of shit. Voting is full of shit. Everything here is just full of shit, and it's corrupt and it's nasty. And you know, some people, it takes longer than others for them to bump their head. But if you ever been in an emergency situation in the United States of America where you got millionaires, billionaires, but then you got people who just have nothing, who just you know, sprawled out. They don't know what the fuck to do. You know, the scriptures talk about, you know, if you were rich or something, you devote a portion of the things you had, you know, like your land, you were supposed to devote a corner for somebody who was homeless or something, for them to come and eat. So if you judge the laws of the Bible versus the laws of Esau, you can clearly see who the superior people are. Okay, you can clearly see who the superior power is. Hey, because even, like I said, even Esau, even he don't know his whole law. That's why Trump, he's got multiple lawyers. These big corporations, they have multiple lawyers. And these people review and review, and they know every little sub detail about the law and every little sub detail about what they can and cannot do legally. And then what these Amalekites do, they have Jewish lobbyists, which I'm gonna do a video on that one too. They got people who actually go to Congress and influence and pay these congressmen to pass certain legislation. You know, they pay them certain money or promise them certain favors if they pass a certain law, a piece of legislation. So money basically rules over people. That's why the Rothschild said, look, I care not who makes the laws, just give me power over the money. Hey, and that's exactly what's going on. They have power over the money. They have influence over everything. But once again, the Lord is going to break their teeth and they're going to melt away. And hey, it's many other scriptures I could give, but I'm just trying to bring this particular law out, which, you know, is interesting. Hey, you got this Edomite, the Republican. He's from Oregon. You know, I've never even heard his name before, but he's a part of that government. He's a part of the government of Esau. Okay, he's a part of the push, because you still got a lot of our people talking about, well, you know, all white people are not bad. You know, it's some of them. No, man, they're all part. This is just one example. You know, him being part of the government, but they're all part of one body. They're all under one spirit. Okay, they all get on code. Okay, and they all have their orders. You know, and they play off each other. And this is just another one, just a little. You know, it's a bill. It went through in about a month. You know, it's typically harmless. I saw in another website with the bill on it. It didn't even have any. It had nobody to even fight the bill. You know, as you can see here, passed through the Senate, passed to the House, boom, no problems. And again, what does this law say? During the event of a to authorize additional emergency uses for medical products. Now, I saw another version that actually said devices. Probably should have got that. Salakia. Yeah, it's the same thing. I should have had the other one pulled up, but that's okay. You can pull it up yourself. But basically, it's saying medical devices, products that counts as devices too, to reduce deaths and severity of injury. So basically, this is a precursor to why they're going to say that they legally can have you take a RFID chip. You know, because the word is out about the chip. The word is out about it being the mark of the beast. You got a lot of Edomites who know. You got a lot of Israelites who know. And they have to try to come up with an angle to disprove the men of the Lord so they can take out that whole mark of the beast thing. They're going to have to come up to an angle where they tell people what the mark of the beast is in the Christian church and try to spin it that way. Then they're going to have to come up with an angle where that people are going to be incentivized to actually take the chip, which of course we know is mainly going to be money. So, yeah, that's just a quick one. Matter of fact, just real quick. We'll make sure this is as clear as possible. Here we go. And this is part of STEM, of course. Science, technology, engineering, and math. Nah, it's not. Yeah, because the chip is considered under the FDA. The FDA would have to approve or something like that to be injected in you. So This is what's going to lead up to a lot of prophecies happening. Because like it's talking about a biological, chemical, all these different agents of chaos that they're going to use to try to justify once again using the chip. Military emergencies. In the case of determination, blah, 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 blah. Basically, they can determine to give you a microchip. Okay, and then they can come out with the law. See, we had the law already drawn up. So it's perfectly legal. You know, I'm just, yeah. I'm going to save you some time. That's exactly what that is. But, hey, with that being said, all praise to Yahweh Bashem Navshah Bashem Rakakadash. Hopefully that was edifying for you, Shalom.